Ghoulery is the final animated project featuring the original Tiny Toons. Unlike the previous special, it's back to a mixture of segments, all parodying horror media, with Babs serving as a Rod Serling-inspired host. First is Edgar Allan Poe's Telltale Heart. It's also my favorite segment, as unlike the Raven parody they previously did, this one keeps the tone, yet makes it work for these characters. I can totally believe Plucky going berserk over Hampton's constant cleaning, and realizing now Hamton has nothing preventing him from giving unbearably boring rants, as we watch Plucky slowly going insane before admitting his deed, with a hilarious ending, and of course some ambitious and twisted visuals. Next is Casper starring Sneezer, who Witch Hazel orders Furrball to get rid of, but Furrball learns why the Ghostbusters actively avoided being hit by the proton streams. Next is Hound of the Baskervilles, where Babs learns of an evil dog who prowls the moors and only spares those disguised as an elk. But when Babs sees it's just Byron, she writes it all off as a joke, to her eternal regret. Next is Duel, where the evil truck sets Calamity as its next target, but still takes time off for a soda, and the actual driver is pretty predictable. Next is the Devil and Daniel Webster, where Montana hires Webfoot to save his soul from the devil. Unfortunately, Plucky is much less charismatic than the actual guy, and Montana is doomed. Next is the sendup Abbott and Costello's Hold That Ghost, played by Buster and Plucky respectively. It's unfortunately centered on the weakest part of these movies, where Plucky constantly sees monsters, but Buster is always out of the room and only conveniently returns when they leave, though Plucky gives a lot of hilarious facial expressions, and there is one monster that they both fear. Next, for Night of the Living Dead, the Wacky Land gang are all chased by what they fear most: people without personalities! Next, Elmira goes Frankenstein and creates the ultimate pet monster, who turns out to be Gossamer, but with Elmira's personality, as she used her own brain. If it just stopped there, this would have been great, but we have to watch Gossamer treating Elmira like Elmira treats her pets, and while I should be happy seeing her in misery, I already got the point, and her situation doesn't change by the end. Finally, it's Nightmare 20,000 Feet, with Plucky and Hamton in the leads, Plucky speaking like Captain Kirk because William Shatner originated the role, that's the joke, and fittingly, the gremlin from Falling Hare short fills in for the thing on the wing. Overall, this is my favorite of the specials, with much less focus on referential humor that comprised most of the third season and previous special, and more on the slapstick and beautiful animation that made the show great. And while it hasn't been re-released since its original VHS, it's another available online, so check it out and see the Tiny Toons ghoulishly fun send-off. Well, that's the end of the gang's cartoon adventures, but what else have they done?